Bitcoin, it's crazy. These numbers, they don't feel real when you look at them. And I want to share those with you because what we're seeing from Bitcoin ETFs is absolute insanity right now. It's kind of breaking my brain a little bit. Also, we have big investors paying more attention to Bitcoin. We have the Ethereum Denkun upgrade coming in just a few days. Big news from the Solana ecosystem. And of course, talking about meme coins. Of course, thanks to CoinLedge for sponsoring today's live stream. More on that in a few minutes. What is up, guys? Nice to see you here. Very excited to see all you guys. Let's hang out. Let's chat crypto. We'll try and blast through the news here and then get to answering your questions in the second half of the stream. Let's do it. So, the price of Bitcoin, not doing too much. We did hit our new high price of $70,164 on the 8th. Exciting, great. We love to see that. But we are really struggling now with this previous all-time high as price resistance. We'll see, of course, if this week's Bitcoin ETF inflows can make the difference here and get us pumping up over 70K. But just as always, a reminder, there will be violent, vicious, brutal, savage, unpredictable pullbacks in this market, sometimes 20, 30, 40%. The kind of pullbacks that'll make you think that everything's over and then we pump to new highs. Okay, so just remember, I know everything's very exciting recently. We've seen huge amounts of bullish action. It's been great. We've been loving it. But this is still crypto. It's still a volatile market. And I know the ETFs are changing the game, and I'm blown away by the numbers I want to share with you in just a second here. But I just want to put that reminder out there. That being said, resistances are meant to be broken, and I don't think that this one's going to last for a super long time. Let's do it. So, BitMEX inflows, BitMEX research, pointing out the BlackRock, Bitcoin, ETF, and other friends, Fidelity, Bitwise, all these characters, huge amounts of money last week. How much money are we talking, Lark? Glad you asked, Lark. So, Bitcoin ETF inflows last week, 2.2 billion inflated Biden dollars. That's a lot of cheddar. Feel a lot of mice to that. $2.2 billion, guys. Are you freaking kidding me? So that equates to around 33,000 Bitcoin at an average price around $65,000. Now, last week, Bitcoin miners, so that's just in the 5 days of trading, Monday to Friday last week. In the 7 days of Bitcoin production last week, Bitcoin miners produced 6,300 BTC. What? What is going on? That's no other demand sources. That's not any of the banks that are selling Bitcoin to their customers. That's not any of the exchanges that are selling Bitcoin to their customers. None of that stuff. Just the ETFs sucked up 5x miner production last week. Bitcoin halving is coming in 6 weeks. If you get the same level of cash inflows in 6 weeks' time, then that's 10x per week. These are crazy numbers, guys. 42 weeks left in the year. Now, obviously, we cannot assume that ETF inflows are going to stay static at $2.2 billion per week. This week, we might have a terrible week. We might only get $500 million in, for example. 500 billion would be crazy. $500 million in. But that's still more than Bitcoin miners are going to produce this week. Even if we get a 75% reduction in inflows this week, that's how crazy these numbers are right now. It almost doesn't feel real. And I know we were long-term bullish on these Bitcoin ETFs, and I said that many, 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 many times. Okay? And here we are. We're seeing it. This is the reality of Bitcoin ETF products. Billions of dollars a week flowing into these markets. This is an unsustainable amount of money coming in. And there's going to be old whales waking up and selling and all that stuff. And obviously somebody keeps selling 70K when we get up there. Why would you sell 70K? Of all places, we're going to go so much higher. We're just getting there, right? Just starting. Okay. But anyway, people do what they're going to do. We're not going to sell shame around here. Everybody has their own reasons for selling. And there's 1,000,001 reasons to sell. Okay. Always worth keeping in mind. Anyway, we are witnessing a once in a market liquidity event, and it's unreal, but it is real, and it is really happening. And even if inflows drop 50 or 75%, they're still going to massively outstrip the ability of the market to provide Bitcoin at these prices, right? At these prices. That's the important thing. So where do we go from here? Well, price probably goes up, assuming that we keep seeing wild demand like this. Imagine 42 weeks left in the year. Let's say that we get only $1 billion per week net inflows. That's $42 billion more, which is an absurd amount of cash going into Bitcoin, considering how thin the supply is, how thin the sell orders are above us right now, which can easily be, of course, moved around and changed, and whales can spoof things, et cetera, et cetera. But still, it's all worth thinking about, right? 75% of Bitcoin on chain hasn't moved in over a year. Still, there's been a little bit of movement, but not much. Miners have largely shot their loads. Crazy stuff, man. You love to see it. Marty Party sharing another Coinbase outage of Bitcoin, $70,000 on Friday. Users report widespread disruptions and Coinbase goes offline again. He's been saying since 2020, Coinbase needed to choose different technological setups. But anyway, beyond that, Coinbase is interestingly right now operating as like a circuit breaker for the market. Every time the market's too overheated, Coinbase goes down and prices chill out a little bit. Is it all just market manipulation, or is it really just the Coinbase was just unready? They had a whole bear market to prepare for this, and they're still unready for how many people are coming into crypto right now. It's crazy. Titan and Crypto sharing a nice chart here. I'll take myself off the screen so you guys have a better view of that chart. He says most impressive bull run coming still. He's got price targets here in late 25 up to $240,000, $250,000, which, as you will know because you've been paying attention, the 3.618 Fibonacci line tops out around $220,000, which is about where we Fibonacci wise topped out last cycle, around $69,000. Will history rhyme? We have no idea, but it is worth keeping in mind. Titan and Crypto goes on to say the fact that the weekly MA 100 week moving average and the weekly 200 crossed for the first time in history might have triggered the most impulsive bull run that we've ever seen so far. Think about that. It shows BTC has already reached a new all-time high before halving for the first time as well. It's pretty crazy stuff we're seeing right here. Cool. I dig it. I can get on board with everything he just said there. All right. CryptoCon here pointing out, I want to point this one out for you guys as well. Weekly RSI has finally peaked into the cycle top zone with a close coming tomorrow. And we'll listen up. This is very interesting. The first move into the zone has brought a first top with a within a half month to 4 months, and a final cycle top between 7 to 10 months later. This means we could expect a possible first top between April and June, final top November to December 2024. This, of course, would then feed into our accelerated cycle theory. That's just a theory. I'm not sure I totally buy it. Until proven otherwise, we are working on our 4-year cycle theory, which gives us highs in late 2025. But we essentially have 3 competing major theories. But that's an interesting food for thought. So take that as food for thought. Think about it. We are breaking a lot of existing models right now in the cryptocurrency markets. Does that mean that it's going to fundamentally change how the market plays out, how the cycle plays out? See a lot of the accelerated cycle theory. And go watch our video we did on this. We're breaking down the theory in great detail, right? We're sharing a lot of educational content and theories and stuff on the channel. Doesn't mean I necessarily fully agree with everything, but I think you guys should have this information on hand so you can make the decisions for yourself, okay? Anyway, if we get an accelerated cycle, just because we broke Bitcoin's highs before the halving and stuff like that, doesn't necessarily mean that the top is going to come earlier, although it could. But again, we got a 4-year cycle theory until proven otherwise. So if we are going to see a topping moment earlier for Bitcoin, that accelerated cycle theory where we top out in 2024, later in the year sometime, then we need to be watching again for all the usual sort of indicators we want to watch for. And I'm going to make a video, guys, coming up here for you the next few days, really breaking down a wide variety of potential top signals so that you can really understand what is going on, okay, when the time comes. Because no matter what happens, you're probably just going to have to make the decision by yourself. All right. Most people on social media are going to be screaming new paradigm money, super cycle, up forever. Okay. We'll try to provide a more sober analysis as time goes on, but I'm also not immune to euphoria. Okay. But I'll try my best, guys. Hey, Bill Ackman also getting back in on the party, famous investor. He says maybe I should buy some Bitcoin. He says, here's a scenario. Bitcoin price rise leads to increased mining and greater energy use, driving up the cost of energy, causing inflation to rise and the dollar to decline, driving demand for Bitcoin and increased mining, driving demand for energy, and the cycle continues. Bitcoin goes to infinity. Energy prices skyrocket and the economy collapses. Maybe I should buy some Bitcoin. It's quite the theory, Bill. As Michael Saylor says, up forever, Laura. In this interview I had with Laura Shin. Up forever. And it kind of feels like that with Bitcoin sometimes, as you understand the dollar is going to just inevitably keep fading away to zero. 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. And in fiat value, it's going to go up forever. And in real purchasing power, it's going to go up forever. Bitcoin is going to become so scarce in a few years, it's going to be hard to even understand for people who used to just gamble away and all kinds of bullshit back in the day. You're going, wow, I really fumbled some life-altering money there. Anyway, quick shout out to CoinLedger for sponsoring today's stream, guys. Crypto tax season is upon us. Not just crypto tax season in general. Taxes are here. They suck like death. Can't avoid either of them. So if that's the case, may as well do it correctly. The tax agencies have stated quite publicly they are coming for crypto people. So don't be caught with your pants down or on the short end of that stick. So you can use CoinLedger to get your crypto taxes up to date. They have a free portfolio tracker. They're an official partner with TurboTax, international support way beyond US. Of course, they cover, of course, you guys in the USA. But if you're in Canada or Australia or Ireland or the UK or the Netherlands or Sweden, they got like 35, 40 countries that they cover. So chances are you're going to be covered. So check it out. They also don't just do regular buy and sell stuff. They also have integrations with NFTs. They also have integrations for decentralized finance stuff. They connect with basically all major exchanges, all major blockchains, track all major tokens. So check it out. You can find a link down below in the description to get started. And it is free to get signed up and to input your information and sort of stuff like that. The only time that you have to pay for CoinLedger is when you download your actual tax report, which is pretty modestly priced considering how important it is. So check it out, guys. Thanks again to CoinLedger for sponsoring today's stream. So check this out. Check this out, guys. Nature is healing, and I'm happy. I was getting pretty freaking paranoid around March 5th. I'm not going to lie. I told you guys on stream. I didn't like it. The Coinbase app got up to number 44. I was like, this is moving too fast. I don't like it. I almost feel more comfortable when the markets are down or struggling a little bit, man. Markets are pumping too fast, too hard. I get paranoid. Anyway, in a kind of good way, but it's that sort of creeping anxiety, like what's going on here. Anyway, we are going way back down for Coinbase, which is good news. So Coinbase hit 44 on most downloaded app on the App Store on March 5th. We're now back to 146. Good. We don't want to go too hard, too fast. Nice, slow, steady, grinding higher, okay? That's what we want for this market cycle. Good. Ethereum taking a bit of a correction after hitting 4K, at $4,001. Big round numbers in crypto, guys. What are you going to do? Anyway, still a ways off from the previous all-time high. Based on current prices, we have about 30% pump still to go. We're already starting to see some rumors, though. This is from Eleanor Tourette. She's a journalist over at Fox Business. So she says, optimism about the SEC approving an Ethereum spot ETF by May 23rd is waning. She says, based on my conversations with people familiar, meetings in recent weeks have been very much one-sided, with issuers and custodians trying to rally SEC staff to get the process rolling, but staff not really engaging in meaningful ways like they did with the Bitcoin spot ETF applications. Why? Great question. She says, I'm told that Gary Gensler believes he has already placated the industry with the approval of the Bitcoin spot ETFs. Can I just take a moment here? Gary, Larry's going to call you, buddy. I don't think you understand who you're screwing with, man. If you want a job after the SEC, which you know how the revolving door works, you're going to give BlackRock what they want. BlackRock's applied for the Ethereum ETF. So just get in line, buddy. Stop screwing around, Gary. You know, at the end of the day, the masters of the universe, it's not you. We continue with what Eleanor has to say here. She says, also influential anti-crypto politicians like Senator Warren, we actually got a funny story about her in a minute, are already angry at the SEC for approving the Bitcoin ETF in the first place, and they're rallying against the same thing happening for Ethereum. One source tells me staff has been very hard to gauge on this. We're not sure if anyone really knows what's going on in their heads, but they're going to have to start work soon if it's going to have a shot. May 23rd, just a little over 2 months away. So my general thought is that the Ethereum ETF has been a done deal. And despite my joke there, this is very interesting to hear from Eleanor. And will that play out? Will we not get an Ethereum ETF on May 23rd? Will they deny it? We don't know. We have 2 months to wait to find out, 2 months and a little bit to wait to find out this information. But if they deny it, that would certainly be a big slap in the face, I think, for the market. And you could then see a nice little correction probably in the market there, because people would start taking a bit more pessimistic approach. Well, we're not going to get Ethereum, means we're not going to get Chainlink or Polkadot or Dogecoin or Litecoin ETFs. Like, it's the one saving grace for Litecoin, won't it be? Litecoin ETFs. Anyway, guys, big news this week as well for Ethereum. The Denkun upgrade is coming. Prediction markets currently showing that this could, of course, you watched our video on the Denkun upgrade, you're going to know this, but that we could see a 60x decrease in fees, which is dramatically big for Ethereum layer 2s, thus making Arbitrum and Starknet and Linea and Scroll and all those other things competitive, cost competitive with Polygon and Solana, which is pretty damn interesting, right? So, hey, that's cool. A few days to go. I will be reporting back once it's actually happened and see if we do have those 60x lower fees or not. Somebody who already has 60x lower fees, though, is Solana. What up? This was an interesting one from Solana Floor. I've been covering a lot of statistics from Solana recently, but you can't ignore them. They're pretty crazy when you look at them. Solana does more daily transactions than all these chains combined. Solana at 24 million, doing more than Tron, Polygon, BNB, Sui, Ethereum, Arbitrum, Flow, Base, Bitcoin, and Optimism. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy stuff, man. Solana fees still wildly dirt cheap. I know it goes off once in a while and they have to, kick it a few times and pull the chain a few times again and hit it with a hammer. But, when that doesn't happen, Solana works pretty well. And of course, the market's paying attention because retail's paying attention. Retail's here. And where are people going? What are people? I literally told my mom the other day, she's like, hey, I want to get on chain. I want to start doing stuff because she's been on Coinbase with her crypto stuff. And she's like, I want to get coins earlier. I want to do this. I'm like, well, you're welcome to the party, Mom. Fantastic. I said, well, you want to get on Solana because Ethereum's gross right now. You want to do anything on Ethereum? It's ridiculous. You're just, there's no point in paying $50, $60 to use Uniswap. And you can go over to Solana, which is where all the hot meme coins are at, where the retail money's flowing into, where we're seeing the volumes literally happening. Solana flipping Ethereum again, it happened last week or 2 weeks ago. So we're seeing it happening again, where Solana is flipping Ethereum in volume. Pretty crazy stuff. Jupiter Exchange flipping Uniswap. My Jupiter bags have hope. They're up in profit now, which is good. But speaking of Jupiter, by the way, they have had their first vote for who's going to be on the launch pad. So this is pretty exciting. If you, as we mentioned last week, you had the opportunity for your Jupe holder to go and participate in that. There'll be huge incentives coming out for people participating in the governance. They say for the first 4 months, March to June, we have 50 million Jupe and other launchpad fees from this period, and another 50 million rolled out for the subsequent quarter. AKA 100 million Jupiter will be given out to people who are participating in this governance process. 108, I think it's 200 million Jupe now has been staked. So basically, if you're active in the governance process, then you're going to get, I guess, at this stage, around 0.5 Jupe per Jupe that you're using to participate in governance, which if that stays relatively the same or doesn't increase too dramatically, then you're looking at huge rewards from this. Plus, of course, you get fees from all the launch pads, which is crazy because, as they say here, launchpad fee paid during the TGE, and all future projects will pay 0.75% of their total supply to the DAO to be utilized as active staking rewards. So like you could be getting some serious payouts from this. And I hope so as a Jupe holder and staker. We'll see how it goes. By the way, of course, if you ever want to see my portfolio, what coins I own, what venture investments I have, as well as risk statements on crypto, because crypto is risky and you can lose all your money. You can find that information in the description on YouTube or the pinned comment on X. A couple more stories to get through here and we'll hop into your questions, guys. So, by the way, Marty Party, again, references this dude. He said Bitcoin is coming to Solana through the Zeus network, which just won the Jupiter Launchpad, along with another one I think it's called Sharky Finance. But that's pretty cool. Also got huge investments from Anatoly Yakovenko, who's the founder of Solana, as well as some other big names from across the crypto space. So that's pretty damn cool. Now, meme coins, real quick, then we'll hop into your questions. Zeneca here is saying they're actually going to put a hat on the Vegas sphere. So apparently right now they're raising money to try and put a hat on the Vegas sphere. And he's saying, well, you know, there are usually a lot of top signals in crypto. And hindsight will look back and go, ha, it was so obvious. Maybe that's a temporary top signal for meme coins in general. And of course, we're seeing a slight correction in the market right now. Does that mean we're going to drop 30% tomorrow? No, but there will be 30% drops, okay? Still, though, we're going to see a lot of craziness this market cycle. Dog with hat getting to a multi-billion-dollar valuation and starting to enter into pop culture. Interesting moment. Look at this. If anything tells you how crazy it's been in crypto the last few weeks, we now have 6 meme coins. Corgi AI, what the heck is this crap? 6 meme coins with billion-dollar plus valuations. It's ridiculous, man. And yet we love it. I love it. I'm here for it. You're here for it. Fantastic stuff. Bitcoin Birch, got a funny story here to share about Senator Warren. He says, so let's read Warren's tweet. She says, my staff and I recently became aware of an illicit so-called meme coin featuring a profane bastardization of my name. It's Elizabeth Horan, by the way. Anyway, well, I'll be clear that I have no role in this token. Well, of course you don't. That would be quite funny if you did. She says, this is defamatory and likely fraudulent crypto asset security. Is just another proof that big crypto is coming for you. No, it's a bunch of degenerate people on Reddit and 4chan and Twitter who are making stupid meme coins and trolling you, lady. It's not big crypto. This what fantasy world is this person? Anyway, she says they will stop at nothing to attack us. Not us, just you, Elizabeth, and they're clowning on you because you're a clown. And you service the big banks and submit to their will and are rabidly anti-crypto because that's what they tell you to be. Anyway, Senator Schumer, Senator Sanders, and I are calling on the Department of Justice and the Attorney Generals of the states to investigate. So you have 3 senators who are like almost 250 between the 3 of them. They're all like, what, 75, 80? We're like, oh, those kids are making coins. They're making fun of us. Anyway, as Bitcoin Birch points out here, probably the worst thing he could have done was tweet about it. I can't imagine the highs crypto, Twitter, and Reddit might send this thing to now just to A, piss you off. and it's the Barbra Streisand effect, isn't it? The more you complain about it, the more people will want to buy it just to screw with you. That's hilarious, though. Crypto. You just keep it classy, guys. I love it. Hey, real quick as well, guys, for the traders out there in the audience, Bybit's running a pretty crazy promotion right now. So apart from the usual 30,000 trading and deposit bonuses that you can get and the 0 fees for the first 30 days on market making orders, they're right now doing a free $50 cash bonus when you deposit $500 or more, plus a free $500 position. So you get a free 10x BTC USDT trade. You can use the link down below in the description if you'd like to partake in that limited time offer. Only lasts until the end of the month. So go ahead and check it out. So let's talk crypto. What do you guys want to talk about today? Of course, we have to get our drinks in order. Grab yourself a tea, grab yourself a coffee. Something harder. I know we're streaming all around the world here, guys. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon here in Kiwi land, so we're gonna keep it light. A little bit Perrier, you know. Wet the whistle. I know for you guys in the UK, it's if you're watching from the UK, shout out, go to sleep, man. It's 3 a.m. or whatever. If you're watching in the USA, I know it's late in the evening for a lot of you guys, 9-10 on the East Coast. So thanks for joining. Enjoy your evening drink and let's talk. Let's talk crypto. MC Crypto says, Lark, when to take profits is a very complicated question with a lot of variations in the answer. But generally, if you want to sell everything at the top, quote unquote, you never really know when the top is, and there's no orderly exit for the market. The markets are complete chaos, but you want to sell when we see all the sort of typical indicators come through, some kind of mega stories in the news, Jimmy Fallon buying $1 million NFTs, Coinbase app at number 1 or 2, 3, 4, and all downloaded apps. Pi cycle top indicator flashing, Rolexes and new Mercedes filling up your timelines, old friends calling, asking about dog coins, all this kind of stuff. Okay. Lots of different factors can come into play here. But you don't have to wait for that exact moment. You don't have to wait. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. I know a lot of people have some coins that are already hitting new all-time highs and are huge in profits, especially if you're in big profits on meme coins. Like, you know, some of these things are just going to go to zero in the next 6 to 12 months. And some of them will stay big forever. Maybe Dog with Hat becomes a new Shiba Inu Dogecoin like mainstay, or maybe it goes down 99% in the next year. We don't know. It's just a meme coin at the end of the day. How culturally significant it will be, yeah, we'll see. But you can always just shave off some money as we go through the cycle. You don't have to wait 100% to sell everything at one exact time. You can just, shave a bit off here and there. You can ladder out, right? I know everybody always wants to capture the absolute maximum gains possible and sell the perfect peak top. Well, guess what? It's probably not going to be you. You're probably not going to sell the perfect peak top. So if you want to ensure that you're taking money out of the market, there's nothing wrong with averaging out. Now, generally speaking, now is probably a bit early to be doing that. We're only now testing resistance of the Bitcoin high. I know some altcoins are already at all-time highs, and there's nothing wrong with taking some money on one of those altcoins that's big time up and rotating in, or just taking some money out and paying yourself once in a while. There's also that. But in terms of me exiting completely, well, except for my Bitcoin from the market, I will shave things off on the way up. I will ladder out of some positions. Some coins are shorter time frame trades. But if we talk about the bulk majority of my portfolio, I'll try to get out when I see the signals flashing. I hope that they're obvious enough to pick up. Of course, when that happens, most people, which is funny because you'll be like, well, if it's obvious, everyone's going to sell. No. Everybody's not going to sell because the vast majority of people will have deluded themselves that this time is different. We're only going to go up and it's a super cycle, yada, 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 when all the actual signs are there. Okay, good question. Rich says, hey, Lark. Checking in from Fresno, California. What up, California? I got in at the start of the last bull run. Been holding and DCAing for the last 2 years, hoping for a good return this run. Man, if you've been buying throughout the bull market, you're probably going to do pretty damn well. So well done. Well done for keeping the faith. A lot of people who started buying, the class of 21, a lot of those people sold and walked away, and they are only coming back maybe now. So if you've been holding and dollar cost averaging, man, well done. It's been a hard ride, so you deserve this. You really do. Don't let them tell you that you got lucky or it was easy. No, you've been through 2 years of pain, man. You deserve everything you're going to get. Let's find some more here. Hey, Lark, I got 2 questions. Why kill yourself finding great projects when dog coins can 5x? Second, are coins constantly hitting resistance? No. Okay. So no, resistance will be broken on coins. To see AVAX is done this early in the cycle? No, absolutely not. In terms of dog coins, look, dog coins have their seasons, and I think that it's a very accessible idea for retail. Maybe we see meme coins go even crazier this cycle than they have in all previous cycles, simply because more money's coming in, they're more accessible than ever, and they're getting huge amounts of these big meme coins listed on big exchanges, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That being said, if you want to go all on meme coins, I guess you can, but it's quite dangerous in your portfolio. And the trick is, if you want to go and buy a multi-billion-dollar market cap meme coin right now, you can. There's opportunities there for those to go up as we go throughout the cycle, but largely make yourself into exit liquidity. If you want to have the big gains on meme coins, you have to take massive risk. And so it really comes down to risks. Finding those great projects, that's about hopefully trying to reduce your risk in this market, which is already a very risky market to begin with. When you're just gambling $1,000 on this meme coin, $1,000 on that meme coin over there, most of those are going to go to zero in a few days' time, a few weeks' time. The ones like Dog with Hat or Shiba Inu, Bonk, these are the exceptions, not the rule. You have to remember, there's probably in the last 12 months, there's probably been 1,000 meme coins created. And you know the names of 3 or 4 of them. Needle in a haystack, man. Okay. Dan, I saw you asking this last time. What are your thoughts on crypto insurance projects? Should I buy? Sure. I have no idea what you should buy. Let's keep that in mind. That's not financial advice. I'm not telling you guys to buy, sell, or hold anything. It's up to you. You have to make those decisions for yourself. This is a channel for adults after all. Now, that being said, what are my thoughts on crypto insurance projects? Last cycle, I was really bullish on crypto insurance. I put a lot of money into one called Bridge Mutual, for example. Got some of the pre-sale. I took some profits early, but held a majority of my unlocks and actually bought a whole bunch more near at the top of the market like a dumbass. Anyway, I was pretty bullish on the whole idea of crypto insurance. I'm even a pre-sale investor in Neptune Mutual, which huge backers, Coinbase behind it, all that kind of stuff. The market seems not to really care about crypto insurance. And that's the problem, I think, with investing in crypto insurance. For me, I personally wouldn't invest in any more crypto insurance products because I just don't think people care enough. People just want the risk. They don't want to pay 2, 3, 4, 5% to insure their crypto on a protocol or exchange or something. Look, some people do. Nexus Mutual still gets a lot of business, obviously. But yeah, don't know. I wouldn't invest in any more crypto insurance stuff personally. I don't think there's just that strong enough demand for it in the space right now. There should be, but there isn't, because why spend money on insurance when you could just go and ape that money into a dog coin and maybe 100x your money? Whatever. That's your insurance, I guess. Outdoor Adventures. Hey, Lark, USA tax question. Not a USA tax expert, by the way. No tax advice on this channel by any means. But he says, does moving Bitcoin between exchanges have impacts in short-term, long-term capital gains? It should not. I'll tell you that. It should not. Moving your Bitcoin between exchanges, between addresses, all that stuff should have no change in the price of your Bitcoin and is not a taxable event. Okay? It would be like moving your gold from one vault to another. Doesn't really make sense. Now, if you sell your Bitcoin for a Bitcoin ETF, that's a taxable event. If you sell your Bitcoin for wrapped Bitcoin, that's a taxable event. Okay? And you have to be careful too here as well, because if you move your Bitcoin to a different chain that's not Bitcoin, it's going to be some kind of wrapped coin. Now, I'm not obviously talking about moving between exchanges, which again should be no problem. Just, for everybody out there listening, there are situations where moving your Bitcoin from point A to point B can be problematic. Okay, so keep that in mind, please. But in general, moving your Bitcoin between exchanges or between different addresses is not a taxable event anywhere in the world that I know of. Not a tax expert, but that's my understanding of it. Okay. Let me see what we got here. How do you feel about Rose? Still got big bags, still holding. I think it gets enough sort of attention right now on social media, and obviously the price is going up. And we've covered some of the fundamentals behind Oasis's Rose token, the sort of privacy-enabled network, blockchain that's really built and ready for big institutions and stuff like that, and the massive Silicon Valley money behind them, and the massive accumulation of the Rose token that's been going on for the past year, and all these kind of things. I feel like it's getting pretty well set. It's almost back. Is it back to 20 cents or something? That's pretty crazy considering again we're not even to the Bitcoin halving yet. So I'm going to hold until $1. After it hits $1, then I will start considering moving some of my position out there. But I think it's got great potential moving forward. Not saying you should go out and buy any or anything like that. Just I think it's got great potential moving forward. and it's perhaps under noticed ecosystem. Okay, let's try and catch up to the chat here. Always getting a bit behind. Guys asking a lot of questions about Aero. No, don't know much about it. I've been to the website before, stuff like that. I'll just put this one up here. Don't know much about it. Sorry. Don't know much about Saito. Sorry. Lost most of my 9 hex today. Fuck, I'm sorry, dude. I hate hearing that. I hate hearing people losing their money on these coins, man. I have no idea what's going on with Hex. I completely haven't thought about it in a very, very long time. But I hate to hear that you lost most of your money on it today. I have no idea what's going on news-wise with that. But man, you guys gotta be careful out there. You know, crypto's a funny one. You don't want to over-diversify because then you're overexposed to risk. But you also don't want to under-diversify and have like most of your money in. I wouldn't feel comfortable having most of my money in any crypto assets outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I have about 60% or so of my portfolio is just Bitcoin and Ethereum. I would never feel comfortable having 60 or 70 or 80% of money in one altcoin. It would just be way too much risk for me. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. But having that much of my portfolio in Bitcoin and Ethereum, I sleep like a baby. I sleep better than a baby. My babies are up all the time making noise and screaming and crap, man. I sleep just fine. So, man, I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. I hate hearing you guys lose money. It really is. It's upsetting. It's, I want you guys to win. I want you guys to be making the best decisions possible. And we're trying to push education all the time here on the channel so that you guys can make the best decisions. Risk management is one of those really, really big ones. And I'm always preaching the gospel of manage your position sizing according to risk. And I think it's a really important one, especially as you guys start screwing around with meme coins and stuff. And that maybe goes back even to the question you answered a few minutes ago, but why not just go all into dog coins? You have to think about risk here, right? What's more likely to stand the test of time and stuff like that. And I know people get, seduced into all kinds of coins and stuff like that, and that's okay. Have some of your portfolio that you use for highly speculative stuff. I invest in highly speculative crap all the time. I get it, but I would never go 100% in on any of that stuff. Okay, so if you're investing in a highly speculative coin, 1%, 2% of your portfolio is probably enough. If it goes to the moon, great. If it goes to zero, doesn't matter. Not a big deal. You can absorb the loss. But when you start putting 50, 60, 70% of your portfolio into these super highly speculative coins and they go to zero, that's going to be a hard loss to recover from, man. So again, I hate hearing you guys lose. I want you guys to win all the time. And the sad reality, market is not everyone's going to win all the time. Look, man, you're at a great time in this market. I'd just like to say you can bounce back from whatever losses you're looking at right now. We're still at a very early stage here, relatively in the market. I know feels pretty advanced sometimes, but we're really just starting to enter phase 3 of the market cycle. So still a lot of time for all kinds of fun plays, and maybe just take it as a way to use that energy from this loss. Don't stew on it too long, man. Take your hit, stand back up, and say let's move forward. Let's go farm some airdrops. Let's go find the hot new meme coins. Let's get dollar cost averaging back into the hot AI coins and the hot gaming coins, and position myself with a bit of Bitcoin or whatever it might be, right? Okay, there's lots of opportunity left in this market. Don't let it get you down. Okay. Thanks for sharing. That's crazy. Again, no idea what's happening there, but thanks for sharing that story. Oh, here we go. Great question. Do you agree with Rect Capital that this isn't a left translated cycle? Rect Capital, of course, writing for the newsletter, Wealth Master Newsletter, best newsletter in crypto, link in the description. So far, yes. I'm still more in it's a 4-year cycle until proven otherwise. But here's the thing. I'm not wedded to it's got to be a left translated cycle. It's got to be a 4-year cycle, or it has to be a super cycle, and we're going to top out in 26, 27, something like that. Any of those things are possibilities, but until proven otherwise, our most likely scenario is 2025, relatively standard-ish 4-year cycle. The Bitcoin ETFs are just a new spark. Okay, so there's that, all right? That being said, if we see all the indicators flashing, all the stuff we talk about here all the time in late 2024, then I'm ready to accept that, hey, maybe it is left translated cycle and actually things are going to wind up a lot earlier. And maybe the market's freaking out and the stock markets are starting to dump and everyone's going risk off again. I'm ready for that. Are you ready for that? Be flexible. All right. Be like water, guys. All right. Adapt to the conditions that you're in. Don't try and force your bias onto the market, because I got news flash for you. The market doesn't give a shit about your bias or your models or whatever. Okay. It's all chaos. Markets are all chaos. And you got to try and extract what you can from these markets while you can. And things can end a lot faster than they can. One end a lot faster than you think they can. You wake up one day and it's over. All right. So keep that in mind and manage your risk accordingly, rebalance your portfolio, ladder those profits out, all this kind of stuff we're always talking about here, guys, and you will make it out alive. All right. Okay, one or two more here. We're going to finish up for today. Great questions coming through, though. Code 88 says lots of coins. You could close your eyes and throw a dart at a board with any top 100 coins and they will pump. But if you truly do your research, the asset turns to be a 10x and 100x IMO. Yeah, that's right. When the whole market goes up, everything's going to go up. But some are going to go up more than others. It's true. What are your thoughts on ADA? Do you have any updates on it? I think Cardano's got to step up to the plate big time this cycle. So much competition out here. Lots of money flowing everywhere, other places, and I'm just not hearing that many people talk about Cardano right now. That could change very quickly. But I really think they need to do some serious proving, get some serious money on chain, some serious applications built on chain. I know there's stuff there, but for a coin that has such a high market cap, I feel like more should be happening there. I don't have any big updates on it, though. I haven't been paying super close attention to Cardano, so you guys can always feel free to educate me in the comment section. If there's some really big stuff happening on Cardano that I need to be paying attention to, I'm always happy to hear those sort of respectful updates from you guys. Okay. Lark, do you think the dead airdrop snapshot will happen this month? I don't think so, but I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything from the team yet, but what I did hear is that they're going to announce the snapshot. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure they're going to announce the snapshot about 30 days before the snapshot actually happens in order to make sure people have the time to get their money off of exchanges. So yeah, it might still be a few weeks based on that. So yeah, but I'm not sure that information may not be 100% correct, but I'm pretty sure that's what I heard. Thoughts on Puff is okay. Puff, I'm assuming you're talking about Puff the Dragon, the new meme coin on Mantle. I put my 6 ETH in it. I also got a private sale investment in that. I'm holding mine personally. I claimed mine today. I'm holding mine. I think that we are going to see some excitement build around that as we go through the storyline. And of course, the final decision, whatever that's going to be, I think is very closely correlated to the $1 billion+ of Ethereum that the Mantle Foundation's holding in the Mantle Ethereum, guys. Jojo Mon making the decision I should have made. We'll finish up here. It says, hey, Lark, what's up with ARB heading down to $2? I took your ARB sarcasm to heart and moved mine to AI before it pumped hard. I should have moved mine. I don't know what my problem is, man. I keep waiting. I keep hoping against the market. Something's going to happen. Okay. And now, of course, we have this giant unlock coming for Arbitrum in a few days. I don't know what that's going to do to it, man, but probably nothing good. I hope that the Denkun upgrade outweighs the unlocking of 87% of the current supply. Anyway, we'll see. Probably should have sold my damn Arbitrum and put it into almost anything else that's gone up substantially. Feels like a damn stable coin. I might. It's Arbitrum is right at the top of the list of coins that I'm probably going to cut. Although I don't know why. I haven't made that decision. I should be more flexible with my portfolio. There's a lesson in that of itself. And of course, it's a good reminder for you guys too. Like, I'm just sharing my thoughts here with stuff. Like, don't just do things or whatever because I talk about something. Like, There you go. That's great. Because I also, don't always make the right decision at the right time. I just try to do enough good in order to hopefully benefit enough throughout the bull market cycle, right? No one's portfolio is perfect. But yeah, damn Arbitrum, man. Anyway, we're going to finish up there for today, guys. You're awesome. I love you all so much. Thanks so much for joining today's crypto chat. I had a great time. I hope you did too. And I'll see you back tomorrow for the next one. Peace out.